Hello again, this is the third episode. I am Graham. I am doing historic Wargaming ASMR, and today I'll show three items. The first is British Infantry 172 scale artillery. This represents my family who fought in World War II. My grandfather, Frank Foley, who fought with the British forces in Europe, in North Africa, Europe, Eastern Europe, Egypt, and Greece. He was with the special unit providing flyers to the Greek partisan fighters against the Germans during that period, 1943 to 1945, and spent 3 years post-war, from 45 to 48, I believe, in the aftermath of the World War II, that Great War. So first is I've chosen 5 units. You will need good cutting tools to cut out the infantry, and I will cut out 7 units. Moulding is good. Not so much review in this episode, it's more of a practical building, assembling units for dioramas or wargaming as I'm doing. And equip yourself with cutting tools, trimming tools, and you will find that there's a degree of care required for the trimming. If you wish, you can lightly sand the moulding if you think the moulding needs to be trimmed to remove excess where possible, within reason, for your units. And it takes a bit of practice. So there's 5 so far. I've laid out 5 units while I get the remaining 2. You can use modelling bases if you wish. There's a range you can go for, or you can use cardboard as I am doing. And you can lay out your square once you're happy with that. I suppose sometimes this can happen. Yes, it could be 1 minute to find out why the glue is not coming out. And we will glue the 2 pieces of cardboard together to create a more solid base. For these will be given a label as a special unit representing the British forces which my father served with. And you can pretend your scenarios will be battle as you roll dice in battle, and so you can choose your units more or less for this scenario. I have a rifleman, what appears to be a sergeant with a pistol. Two with a pistol actually. I'll reduce that to 1 and cut another out. And because you only have a limited number of poses, I think I'll add a machine gunner. And Britain was not terribly well equipped at first for the Second World War. In fact, was still economically in a slump after World War One. It had issues, being an empire with having had a long war with India. I believe some model companies cater to the Anglo-Indian War, colonial wars in India. You can certainly get the Boer War and the Zulu War if you wish to do a South Africa campaign. Oh, and I'll just trim these up lightly. So if you get this pack of British infantry, you've got good poses, and the glue I have chosen is 90-second Erudite epoxy hardener. You get 2 bottles. Don't forget to stir and mix them together thoroughly, and then the bond dry process will take up to a few minutes, and you'll notice this starts to stick and bond and adheres together. We appear to have figures that have some difficulty in making a stand, so they can be shaped and trimmed. If you make a slight flat plane on the soldier's leg, it may be possible to get them to be a bit more workable. So that is the first unit. Later I'll show those being glued and primed. I think I will spray paint these in white primer suitable to plastics, and that is the that'll be for the World War II theme that I'm doing. I'll just put that aside for a minute. So next, what I have to show you is the Airfix. Airfix 172 Sherman. You get 2 tanks. Some boxes come with 1, some come with 2. I'll just check to see. Good. Yes. Some come with decals, some do not. I have purchased the American White Star here from Black Lion Wargames for tanks that do not come with any insignia, because I'm doing a Fury themed tank to tank battle between American tanks and German tanks. Now this Airfix Sherman Firefly comes, as some of these models do, with an easy as quick assembly of the wheel, mechanisms and the track and the main armament body of the armour of the tank. And there are various painting schemes. You may wish to do North Africa, you may wish to do Europe in winter or in summer. You may wish to do Greece, you may wish to do one of the, I'll just open the pack. 1 star. It's relatively limited to what we have. Let's check this out. I'll lay this out. My correction, this pack shows a picture of 2 tanks, possibly for different campaign themes. I say some of the other brands come with 2, and I think that's quite good value for money to get. Have I got the right scale? Something seems different. Just 1 minute. Alright. I'll remove the main body and just lay out your parts, go at your own pace, and remove the parts, lay them out, and then of course trim the excess from the sprue mold. I would say I won't so much review, but I will compare it to other brands that this has slightly more detail than the second pair of Shermans of a different brand, and molding is good detail. So it's more of an assessment of the quality of the product, which I find is good. That would appear to be a, I don't know what that is. I have to make for simpler assembly. Sometimes I will borrow units from other sub-factions, such as pilots. A pilot generally has a mask, a leather jacket, or woolen or leather jacket, and the it can be used for a tank driver of the Germans or the Americans, I find. Once painted, it's more or less perfect for its use. So, instructions is fairly simple. Check your sprues before cutting to make sure that everything is intact. And to use a good pair of sturdy clippers. You could go for the more slender cutting pliers that you can get from Games Workshop or the Army Painter. I find that there is a more refined product, but a tool is a tool, and we appear to have slightly different molding designs. So that one's shut. You get, like I say, you get two choices of assembly. You can have the tracks in two parts or multiple parts, and I think I prefer the simpler method. Entirely up to you, but these parts can be good for a battle scene or a depot, supply depot, the tracks, and can be used for terrain. For what parts can just a minute. And I think what I'll do is end this video here while I go get some glue and prepare the first assembly and do 2 parts. And so that's the end of part 1. Hope you like and subscribe, and return for the sequel to this video where the tank will be partly assembled. Yes, thank you.